everybody. Welcome back to Campaign 3 of the Holy Rollers. I'm Stephanie, your Dungeon Master. Tonight we are joined by Dennis, who plays Lido de Frenden, our bi-class of Sorcerer Rogue, Joffrey, who plays uh, Rorn Baelgor, our fighter, classed with Barbarian, Jesse, who plays Riker Tor, our intrepid illusion wizard. Brandon, the man behind the screen, who plays Red Netherroot, our cleric. And last but not least, Miss Rachel, who plays one half of the character Genji Kenji. She plays Kenji, the barbarian half. We're so delighted you're here. Thank you so much for tuning in, while we're live or later. It means the world to us that you give feedback on our little creative endeavor here. Um, oh, so one teensy little bit of housekeeping, guys. Um, I have a, I have found us a, I've found us a player. Um, they won't be able to join until November, but I got a feeling that they're going to be, I got a, they're going to be good at what they, class themselves as. So, uh, I'm pregnant. Uh,
Congratulations! Wow.
thanks. Uh, about 7 weeks along. Still feel good. Still, more or less energetic. The naps are fantastic, but so far, like, not dying nauseous, not hyper duper super emotional. I just enjoy naps more. So all's well in the world, and as far as I am aware, I should be able to continue right up until like due date or slightly before or after. So
I'm
we'll see,
assuming
but
Brian does know already.
of course he knows, Dennis. Who do you think has been shoving tacos into my mouth for like 3 weeks now?
There you go.
Don't
Just
you
making
worry.
sure. Just making sure you had your
Yeah.
priorities right.
Um, the only person who does not yet know is my mom, but it's not for lack of trying. She keeps backing out of our visitation dates. It's not my fault, okay? And she doesn't watch this, so I'm not worried about it. But don't nobody go blabbing to her until like I
I
tell
don't
her
think any
please
of
and
us are
thank you.
friends with your
No, but
mom.
like I'm talking to my general audience as well, like just in case. So still don't know what we're having yet, obviously, but we'll do some kind of
Baby.
a roll for gender reveal sort of deal. Maybe even take some votes down in the comments when that happens. It's going to be a good time. But yeah, we've got another little player on board. So I'd appreciate your prayers. I'd appreciate all the prayers. There's always a certain level of trepidation that comes with that sort of life change, as I'm sure y'all can understand. And Brian is taking it very well, like it's a diagnosis,
Yeah.
very well. But yeah, we're just. I'm so excited. I'm
He
I'm
has no choice.
exhausted. Yeah, exactly. It's not like there are no takesy backsies.
Yeah.
I've never been more like generally fatigued, but I've never been happier. So,
That's awesome.
we will, as is our custom, let one of us pray, and Jesse rolled highest for prayer tonight. So, Mr. Jesse, would you please take us before the Lord?
Here's my hat here.
We'll forgive it.
Father, thank you, Lord, just for your goodness. Thank you for the blessing that you've given Stephanie. Thank you, Lord, just for the ability to gather together as brothers and sisters in Christ and to celebrate life's wins and the gifts you give us, Lord. But I want to pray, Lord, just for tonight, that you bless our gathering, bless our story. I pray, Lord, that as we work together and roll dice and whatnot, that it will be a story that glorifies you, that you will take it where you will, making it fun and crazy and interesting as you wish, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you will just bless each and every person that is watching, that your grace will abound upon them, Lord. We praise you for so much. Thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Okay, who would like to go for our recap?
I'll do it this time.
Hey, Jesse. I don't think it's been a minute since you've done it. I think.
Yeah, it has been. I've been holding my hand. I've been sitting on my hand so other people could have a chance.
I
Um,
mean, you got to give him a chance sometimes.
so last week was we were recovering from the Roran and Red interaction. That was crazy there. And so we had kind of recovered from that, and we were decided to move on to our destination. Um, and we've headed out. We found a cart that had been flipped over with a horse, and after a little bit, we found somebody that had been killed on the way. Uh, the city name I think is Gold something. I can't remember.
Goldmere. You're
Goldmere.
good.
Goldmere.
Close enough.
That was close. So we got there to Gold. We were heading to Goldmere. We got there, found out that it was kind of very different from what Ron remembered. He had grown up there, but now it was very much like downtown LA, um, and very ghetto. And so apparently, not a lot of people came anymore since the temple had the high priest of the temple had been killed and it had been kind of abandoned. Only people of ill repute go there. Roran went a little pale and talked about that, and eventually he kind of spilled the story that his father had been the high priest and he'd been the one that killed him. And that was a lot of family drama. So yeah, so Roran really got into the family drama of it all, which was a lot of fun out and find out about. We went to the Calling Crow, which was run by Devin. He kind of gave us the lowdown on what was going on in the town. Eventually, we convinced him to be our guide and get us out to the temple. So he took us out that way, but due to different things that had happened, we had to take an alternate route, which meant we had to do 3 different challenges, basically, to get there. We had to go through like steep mountains. We had to go through really, what was it? Was it bees or hornets or
Or
something?
like an overhang full of hornets' nests.
Uh-huh. Um, and then
A
the
field of steam vents.
field of Steam's Fence, that's right. And um, luckily, the one that Riker, of course, rolled a 1 on was the Constitution throw. So he's huffing and puffing and dying. And I didn't tell you this, but I gave myself a level of exhaustion because I figured that was appropriate for that. But
Sure.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Yep.
we it finally crested the hill
Mm-hmm.
overlooking the temple, and that's where we ended.
Nice. Very good, Mr. Jesse. Take your inspo. Sorry, I've got to
Great
cover the
job,
dog because
Jesse.
she's giving me the look.
I was going to say more 1980s New York City for.
Yeah. Gangsters galore. Ugh. So one quick wrinkle dinkle, his name is Davenport, but I appreciate you were in the right vicinity. No big deal. He'll answer to Devin. You're paying him enough. He'll answer to whatever. Um,
Oh, I wrote it down like 5 times that his name was Devin. So okay. Yeah.
I only said it the once, I think, so it's not your fault. It's mine. Um, you guys have crested the hill, and you can see, on a opposite kind of mountaintop with a valley between is the temple, and you can tell even from here it looks pretty run down. Roran, how do you feel looking on your childhood home, sort of, seeing it in such disarray? What goes through Roran's head?
Again, similar to, actually more than he saw the village, especially like the last time he was here was when he was basically desecrating in the name of the Empress. And it happened to be everything after his father's execution that the change of heart, the roots took hold that kind of grew into a conscience for him. So he's seen it all with. He was raised here, didn't take, and this is just one of those things that he has to make right, especially here.
Yeah.
So, God's help whoever is of ill repute here, because I need some therapy sessions, and guess what? You're the punching bag, whoever you are.
Need some blade therapy. Awesome. There is the valley between this mountain and the one with the temple on it isn't super hazardous. In fact, it's the easiest portion of your journey by far. And as you round kind of the corner to basically hit the approach. God, what was my thing?
I thought it was night
You
when we closed. Like it was, we weren't gonna be able to get all the way to the temple.
Oh, that's right. As dusk
Mhm.
was falling. Do you want to camp for the night?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Right.
And
Um,
Roran
I
has
did
promised that
not. Huh?
Roran has promised Davenport if he finishes his tale about the Baelgors, he's got a bottle of mead for him.
Okay, we will do a little bit of theater of the mind for our nighttime campsite. Because that is weirdly the one map I did not make, and I have 5 of them for the next few sessions. So, you make camp, and you pitch your tents, you roll out your bedrolls, you start a little fire. There's plenty of dry wood around. Um, you cook up, I imagine, some of the boar from your last little hunting session with Lytle. Um, the stars come out. The birds in this rocky hill country begin to call to each other, and it feels very kind of western coded. Feels very Fallout camping coded. So do you guys have conversations or anything you wish to do?
Um, Lytle is going to, with everything that happened at the last at Dessel, um, Lytle it has put this off long enough. He needs to have a conversation with Red, because Red being a cleric, and this would be the reason why he just doesn't know who else to ask these questions about. He's going to ask. He's going to talk to him a little about the stone on his arm and share it with him.
Awesome.
So, but because Red's a cleric, so he's going to want to have that conversation at some point, probably before they go and lay down for for the night.
So how does Lytle find you, Red, when he comes to see you?
Um, I'm assuming we're just kind of in our camp, so probably not too terribly far away from the fire. Just,
Mm.
um, yeah, I'd imagine at that point I'm probably maybe scribbling some things in my journal.
You got some names to catch up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so Lytle is going to come to you and say, Red, I need to have a conversation with you. Do you think that we could walk over a little out of the way of everybody's earshot and eyesight, where we can still see them, but they maybe cannot see us?
Suppose we might be able to accomplish this.
Now, remind me, is Red a human?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So
As far as
Lionel
you're
will.
aware.
Well, yeah, that's kind of. I mean,
I
he
mean,
thinks you're a
define
human, so
human.
Right, yeah.
not an elf. um, he's gonna walk him. He's gonna take him over to a spot where they can still see everything that's going on, and if somebody really wanted to, they could see them. But it's not. It's going to be just out of where they figure earshot would probably be for even some of the best hearing.
Mm.
And he's gonna sit down. And he's gonna say, uh, Red, I had something happen while Ron and I were going to get my contracts, and I haven't even told Ron about it, because I don't quite understand what to do with it. But you being a cleric, maybe you might have some insight. So I would like to share it with you. And that's when he's gonna remove his armor piece off of his arm and show the stone to to Red and ask him, before I go any farther, do you happen to know what this might be?
All
Roll
right,
me a
GM,
and
what am I rolling?
it. I don't think you could. You don't have a basis naturally for this, but we'll see if you can intuit it. Roll me a investigation check.
That is a 17.
You get a distinctly divine vibe, but it's almost in a null sort of way. It's very clear that divinity is what this thing exudes, but it exudes it in such a way that it seems to, for lack of a better term, hide. Perhaps even hide certain magics that go on in its presence.
Hmm. Interesting. I will tell him I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is, but I'll kind of tune him in on kind of my thinking.
So at that point, you kind of hear Lytle sigh a little bit. Not the kind of sigh of I was really hoping you'd know, but the kind of sigh of resignation of I need to tell this to this person. I can't hold back. Kind of sigh. And so he begins the Lytle will begin the story of telling you about uh where he got. Well, yeah. So I guess before I tell you what it is, maybe I should tell you how I got it to give you a little context so you're not thinking that I took this from somebody. Uh which would be well within reason and understood. When I was just a child, around 5, my entire I went out and found this stone and brought it home. That night, my entire village, my family, all my friends, every single person ended up disappearing from the face of the earth. And do you remember the desolation of the village that we passed when we first came out of the grave?
Hmm.
Where it was completely gone and looked like it was scarred?
The scar. Yeah.
That was my village way back when I was little. That was a long time ago, except myself and a few small belongings that I had and this rock. So I kept this rock and moved to Dessel, where I grew up to learn what I am now. And I'll not bore you with that story, but just to know that as Ron and I went back, I felt this, which I've kept in an armband my entire life. I felt it break and excused myself from Ron's presence so I could find out what it was. And when I found it, I found the pieces of shards, and he shows him the shards as well. And he says, and this is what it showed, so I touched it. And I met with Bahamut for just a few minutes, where he told me that it was one of his tears. Uh, but I don't know what to do with it. I've tried touching it again in hopes that it would maybe help some of my abilities, but I'm not sure what to do with it. And I didn't know if maybe knowing all this would help you, or if knowing that I had it would help you with your abilities. Maybe being a cleric and this being a god's tier, it would possibly enable something for you. Or you could help me figure out what I'm supposed to do with it.
Uh,
That's why I
that,
needed your help.
Lytle, as you recall these painful memories of the night your life changed in your childhood forever, um, a portion of this memory returns to you with a clarity you have not allowed yourself for quite some time. You remember sitting up in your bed, the bed with the rock underneath it, and looking around and seeing the devastation where the walls of your family's farmhouse used to be. And you remember distinctly there was a perfect circle of untouched wooden floor, a section of wall, and of course your own bed that was not affected by whatever it was that razed your village that night.
I would say that
And if you were to guess, that aura, that circle, was about 30 feet.
all right, so I would say as that clarity comes, that's probably where he would have paused his story. And I think that he would explain that in as much clarity as he can. He would have explained that to Red as well. He knows just a reasoning for this amount of information going out is Lydell knows that the only way sometimes to get an answer is by having as much information as possible, even if it seems like it's uh, not important. So he's not going to hold back from Red, uh, hoping that this is something that Red's not going to like go and tell everybody about, which he doesn't believe he will. Um, hence the reason why they're privately speaking.
Red doesn't really get anything other than what he initially told you, and he doesn't have a frame of reference for this kind of divinely inspired novel magic. Um, but what he has told you, that it being it giving the impression of nullification, or perhaps the better term would be um, hiding, concealment of certain magic, and coupling that with the renewed memory of the radius of untouched space around you when you woke up that fateful night in your childhood, you're starting to get bits and pieces more of what this thing could potentially be, but you can't quite grasp it right now.
Okay. um, I don't know if I guess my one question would be would Red touch the stone?
Good question.
Hmm. That is a good question. Hmm. Alright, so that would be a. Yeah, what the heck? I'm gonna touch it. I was trying to roll to see if I knew better, and it was low, so here
It
goes nothing.
so the stone, the gleaming crystalline blue stone underneath the kind of fractured eggshell uh pieces that have broken off to reveal this beautiful stone, um are rough under your fingertips, but the crystalline blue, which is obviously the tier that Bahamut claimed, and the rest is just like a protective or concealing covering, um, is the actual like magical part that you can tell distinctly. The eggshell top of this rock doesn't have any inherent value or power. It is just something that must have naturally formed on this tier of Bahamut's as it fell to earth. And as your finger grazes over the light blue stone, Bahamut's tier, you get that classic tingle in your fingertips, knowing that you're touching something divine. But it doesn't give you any more information about what it could be or what it could be used for. But it confirms to you that yes, it is in fact a divine artifact.
I'm debating on. Well, I mean, he knows what it is, so.
He was told what it was.
All right, DM.
Yeah.
As an 18 for like a religion or an investigation, like what would I be able to explain to Lytle with, hey, here's what this is. Am I stumbling over my words like a bumbling idiot, or do I seem like I know what I'm talking about here?
You know, is you're able to communicate what you understand pretty eloquently, but what you understand, unfortunately, just isn't very much. This is not something you have a frame of reference for because, I mean, how often does a god cry and their tears fall to earth, and then that tear is picked up by a human?
That's fair.
So, in as much as you know, you have communicated well, but the mystery remains unsolved for now. So, if you're cool with moving on from this, unless you guys
Yep.
have anything else you want to add, okay. We will let Rorn go hunt down Davenport.
Hmm.
Davenport is stoking the fire and
He just
looking
hears
about
a very loud.
furtively. He jumps out of his skin and very nearly into the fire. There you are. What can I do for you?
Oh, you know. You have a story you have to finish telling me.
That's right. Well, are you sure you wouldn't rather wait till morning?
Places a hand on his shoulder. From what you're saying, we're all possibly going to be dead tomorrow. So why
Remind
not
me
ease everyone's burden tonight?
what specifically you were wanting to know.
When I mentioned that I was what had happened with the Balgore family, you spit on the ground. And you have yet to explain why that level of reaction. You mentioned that the brothers, Rorn and his younger brother, served the Empress. That alone is not worthy of such a reaction, which tells me that there is something else that occurred to sully this reputation, as you say. That is what I would like to know.
Well, uh, as you know, the high priest of the Temple of the Dawn was killed by the regime, and it
Your
was
lord was
unfortunate.
killed?
Yeah, yeah, well over a decade ago, and although, no one was like there to see it, it's rumored that it was one of his sons that did it. Because by that time they were both working for the Empress and had moved up pretty far in the ranks and were making regular appearances with her, and it was a whole thing. But the point is, there's they're just unsubstantiated rumors. Who knows if it was actually one of his own sons who killed him? He could have been, for all we know, taken away with the rest of the divine magic users in the purge. There's no way to know.
Indeed.
Look, I
Well,
don't like
patricide is.
revisiting. I don't. I don't like revisiting these memories. They're one of the many reasons I drank. Um, because that is the mark of when our town started to go under and the light went out of everybody's eyes, and it was the day I realized Lathander doesn't give two wits about us. A town full of people who have served him our entire lives, who have kept his temple and helped his pilgrims and housed and fed his clerics, and he couldn't even keep his best alive. What did that mean for the likes of people like me? I renounced my faith that day. I don't. He pats his pocket for the flask and finds it. I don't like revisiting. So you've bullied me enough. I'm not talking about it anymore.
Bullying was never my intention. Merely seeking the truth. And on that, I feel you have fulfilled part of your obligation. Grabs his flask out of his hand,
Mm-hmm.
turns it upside down so the last of the
Mm-hmm.
ale
Mop water.
departs. Pulls the mead bottle out, puts just enough for one night,
Mm-hmm.
hands it back to him. The bottle upon our return. And hands him his flask.
He chews his inner lip and grudgingly takes it back from you and says, "Thanks." And slaps open the opening to his own tent, and that is the last you see of him tonight. Anyone else got anything they want to do before sleepies and long rests and wakies?
Riker's been sleeping for like an hour already.
Looks like you're about to do it now, Jesse.
No, I'm just role playing Riker.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that what we're doing? All right. Sounds like Kitty Cat is quieter tonight. That's a good thing, I guess. Um, you guys drift off to bed. You run sand around on the inside of your dishes, and you zip up your tents against any flying insects, and you go to sleep. Do any of you bother to take a watch? Okay. I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole. We'll just say their watches occurred. Um, you wake up, you have your long rest, and you set about your morning routines. Um, roll me a perception check, Rorn. What'd you roll?
You're muted.
That's weird. I don't know why my mic.
Oh, I can hear you. There you went.
That was weird. I rolled a 19.
Okay. You notice that the bottle that you poured that mead from is missing from your tent.
Well, so long as nothing else is missing.
You whip open the tent in a worrisome kind of way, and Davenport is there, poking the fire, getting the embers uh stirred up to a bigger flame. He didn't abscond overnight with the money or anything. He just
Well, we
wanted the
only paid
rest
him
of the
half,
booze.
anyways.
Exactly.
That's
And
fair. If he's
he just
brave enough
he
to try
needed
and
to
pull
drink.
that, if he's brave enough to pull that stunt.
Yeah. He just needed to drink. And drink he did. Um
Well, Lord was trying to
Girl
keep his.
fame.
Lord was trying to keep him not drunk for the next day. That's why he gave him some.
oh, he is a classic alcoholic. He is actually probably more steady than he would ever be without it. Trust me. um Breakfast is had, tents are taken down, everything's packed up, and y'all make it out of camp in about under an hour. Um, Crossing the valley is super simple. It's a pretty straight shot. There's just some like sparse trees and shrubbery. The biggest thing you see down there is like some random snakes. But given that it's a warm morning and the sun is hitting the rocks, they don't even bother you. They're just out there getting their blood warm. So as you begin to the approach up the very overgrown sort of approach road up to the temple, um, you let me see here. Finally, time for the map. Map number one. Thank you for your patience. I started the activity too early. Um, as you make it up the hill to the very first gatehouse, you wonder, Roran, what is going to be there when you round the corner. And as you guys do round the corner, you realize the devastation seems to have started here, and perhaps most profoundly. Um, Davenport takes a drag off of his flask again, puts it in his pocket, and says, "This is as far as I go. I'd like my money, please."
Did we agree
You guys
on?
promised him money.
Yeah.
You guys better pay the man. He pulls out his
He earned it.
pretty much empty pockets. It's just like,
What did we promise was the thing. I don't have that down.
I
But
think it
you're
was
rich in
100 gold.
knowledge. Yeah,
Oh,
you
it was
paid him
50
50 up
50,
front.
right.
Yeah. I think so anyway.
Lord will reach into his.
Lyda looks at you and says, take it from mine.
Lord will hand Davenport 50 gold.
He pockets it without counting. And as he swaggers through the group of you on his way back down the mountain, he says, "I wish I could say it was fun." And that's all you hear from him.
as he swaggers out, can I possibly just try and see if he, since he put it in his pocket, could I possibly just see if it's just I could do that really easy? I mean, he is like an alcoholic, and he didn't really. Like,
You can certainly try. Roll these.
I do with advantage because he's drunk. Like he's
He is at his sweet spot in terms of having alcohol in his system. It's not a typical drunk. I will say you roll regular sleight of hand.
okay. Regular sleight of hand is going to be a 21.
Okay. You dip your hand into his pocket as he strides past you, and you retrieve. Good lord. 31 gold.
I'm putting in that my private stash.
Congrats, you stole from the town drunk. I hope you feel good.
You know what? I feel fine.
I'm sure
A
Riker
bottle of
does.
mead that he was given is probably worth 3 times what we paid him.
It's a lot, but it's gone, isn't it?
Should it
He
be? That mead's that strong would probably even kick his butt.
again, you are thinking like a non-alcoholic, Joffrey. Um,
You know what? This is very fair. I should intend to keep it
you're
that
not,
way.
You remember
yep,
remember when I said that I've drank stuff that could take paint off of
paint
a
off the
car?
airplane.
I will bow to thou's wisdom on this matter.
Um, that is the last you see of Sir Davenport, and you are now left at the kind of opening to this temple. This is what used to be the gatehouse. You can tell by the ballista and the remnants of said ballista that crown this gatehouse. Um, there's dual staircases on both sides, and it was evident that there was a contingency of temple guards here just to kind of keep potentially any riffraff from entering. Um, as you all kind of draw nearer,
Raker's got something.
yes, Riker, sorry.
Idell, you had something first. What did you want to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I had kind of went up there. Lydell, I was gonna say once you were done, Lydell is gonna kind of look to see if there's any somewhat fresh tracks, of maybe people moving in and out to see if there's anything that they're gonna come up against.
Roll me a perception check then.
Okay.
While he's looking around, Riker's going to come up to him. And, as he's looking, he's going to bend down. He's going to look with him, but he's going to whisper, I bet you. What do you think? Do you think there might be a hidden lockbox with some tithe or something still around, or do you think that's long gone?
Lydell looks over at him and says, "Well, if it's the way that the Davenport said that people have been coming in and out, there's a really good chance that it's long gone or so well hidden that only you and I would find it."
Oh, that's my plan.
And Lydell
Smells
rolled a 29.
You're looking for tracks, yes, Lytle?
Yeah, I'm looking for tracks, anything that
Okay.
would tell me that there's movement.
There is a little bit of activity, it seems. Some of the fine dust that has been worked into the stonework of these steps has been disturbed. You can't necessarily see from toe to heel to determine what it could have been, but the sheer width of said print indicates to you whatever it was or whoever it was had a very large foot.
Can I tell if this was like fairly recent? Like, I'm not asking for like, do I know that it was at like 3 o'clock in the morning?
Sure,
I'm.
sure, sure.
Is it
Well,
something that I can tell that would have
it
been?
rained it rained in this region while you guys were walking here from Dessel. And that was what, 3 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
About.
So this is at least this is a maximum of 3-day old track.
Right. So he will tell everybody that there is a massively wide track that would be right around a 3-day old. Um, and that
A
not sure
maximum
what
of
we're
3 days old.
huh?
And is this
Maximum of 3 days old.
Yeah.
is this track similar to the tracks that we saw around the wagon and the dead dude?
About the same width.
Well, we got a bad guy that needs to die who might have some gold in his pockets. So justice and riches. I say we go kill some baddies.
Your favorite combination, Riker.
Amen. Justice and riches.
So,
Liddell,
yes, Ron?
do you recall when you fell into that desecrated shrine of Bahamut
Yes,
and you felt you had to assist in purifying it?
I do.
He looks desecrated. This temple is just fallen into prayer. This is my shrine.
Reckers opens his mouth and says, "But didn't you start the desecration?"
You are correct,
You had
which
me
is why
choking up.
I have to be the one to fix it. I
So
promise,
Lydell,
to the extent of my ability,
Lydell
I will
turns
not
around and
Hang
let
on, Lytle.
the
sorry.
mask fall.
Lydell turns around to face Rorn direct, and he gets very close. I mean, like, within a couple feet. And he says, "Ron, I do understand where you're coming from. My only question: do you want me to take lead to find traps, or do you want to take lead?"
Too much time has passed for whatever innate knowledge I have of this place is probably not good. Most I would be able to assist is what rooms were here previously, rough architectural layout, but 16 years is a long time for nature and ne'er-do-wells to.
They've
All I
probably
ask,
changed. They've probably changed their password since then.
yeah,
Hey,
all
Mud
I
Boy.
ask, if
God.
if I tell you all to not follow me
Chances
for
are we will
whatever
not listen.
reason, no, Red, you need to listen. Because that is something taking hold of me and letting the mask fall. And I do not want to put you all in that position again. If
Joke's
I
on
get to
you.
that
Red's into
point,
that.
That's right. Usually you pay extra.
I mean, he is not going to break a liar joke, but if I tell you to run away from me, you don't come back until I come back. Because I am taking care of business. And it is still too fresh. I cannot control who is in front of me.
Oh, yes. Painfully aware you're not aware of who's in front of you.
uh,
Yeah,
I will promise.
so you
Because
want
you
to do the
stabbed
scouting
me.
for this one?
Red, let's be professionals. It was a shish kebab.
And technically, you re-stabbed yourself, Red.
Still the most gangster moment of this campaign, ma'am. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
pretty
This
agree.
So
is
far.
fair.
Yep. I don't deny.
What were you saying, Riker?
I was saying that, Lido, maybe you should take this one, from the back and check our hiney and let Mud Boy take the front on this.
Uh,
In front of that one.
and he looks at Roran and he says,
And
"I
she
will
snaps
follow
too.
you if
What?
you do."
I was gonna say that Genji would want to get out and like stretch his legs a little bit, do some investigating himself.
So if Genji wants to take lead, Lydell will go to the back.
Genji smiles and cracks his neck. Ah, feels good to be back.
I say, boy, it
I was
feels
gonna
so
say,
good to be back.
I forgot about that. I say, it is good to be back.
uh, I'm gonna say that Lydell just kind of cocks his head and shakes it and walks back to the back with Riker.
Oh boy.
Can Roran
Um,
make at this moment a perception check to?
Oh shoot, he still
I
doesn't
have not.
know.
I have an idea, but I haven't passed the DC threshold yet, which is presently still 23.
all right.
So
Yeah,
if I
get
net
after it.
20, I can make it. But
All
Is he
right.
the only one that doesn't know?
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
I'm just
know.
going, we're
Riker
not
doesn't
telling him.
Well, my
Yeah,
passive
Riker does.
perception beats your DC, so
Right.
True.
You picked up on it pretty quick.
there's definitely Roran's aware something's going on, but he hasn't pieced it together. That's the wrong tag. He still thinks this is very odd, but I do not make it, so the DC now goes down to 22.
All right. Well, you cock your head at the sudden physiological change in quote unquote Mud Boy, but it still just doesn't quite click for you. So it goes over your exceptionally tall, beautifully coiffed head.
yeah, Terrence. I mean, Warren.
This is the new
Dude,
running
Terrence
gag.
Amara.
Oh my god, that was fantastic.
Uh,
I
Roran
still
will
think about that.
shield and longsword out. He will not take out Curse's Cleft,
Mm.
but he is getting into the action stance gestures for
Okay.
Kenji to go ahead of him.
Yes, Kenji.
Kenji, you kind of start throwing your awareness around and starting to like look down for traps, look for disturbances in the rockwork, look for odd patterns in the walls of this gatehouse. And in a weird sort of sense, you feel the hair on your arms stand up. But it's not it's so at odds with what you're seeing. There is nothing in front of you to warrant your spidey sense going off. And then you kind of get this animalistic impression. Look up.
Gamers
And
never
as
look up.
and
No one
as
looks
you
up.
do, and no one does. And as you do, you feel the crackling, or you feel the tingling in your arms sort of go to a crackling. And somewhere high above you, a huge ball of pure white light is hurtling through the sky towards your group. And before you have even a moment to react, it impacts the ground in the middle of you. Let me pull this to the front, change layer.
Does it blow us back?
Actually, yes.
Oh no!
Do I get to roll a?
You rogues get to do your dexterity thingamabob that allows you to potentially succeed to not be thrown back, but whatever this
I think
thing is,
Red
it
and Roar know what
craters the
this.
ground.
I think Red and
Um,
Roar know what this is. Yeah.
Everyone make a DC 30 dexterity or athletics check not to be thrown back 10 feet.
I can't. I will actually not roll because even if I not 20, I will not succeed.
Okay,
I
so dexterity. Do you mean a dexterity saving throw or an acrobatics check or a athletics check?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
I
didn't.
did
I
a
guess I can roll to see
I
if I
rolled.
look in that one.
I rolled a dirty
Right.
20.
Okay. What's your
I
total?
rolled a nat 20, but I only got 29.
Okay.
Oh.
So everyone who rolled below a 30 gets did anyone roll above below a 15 specifically, a below a 15?
No.
18.
No,
No? Okay. So nobody
23.
gets the What'd you get, Joffrey?
I had a 23 on athletics.
Okay. Red, what'd you pull?
I was a 22.
So if nobody rolled below a 15, you do not get the bludgeoning damage of being tossed back. Be rearrange you guys before I continue. So you kind of get blown perfectly in a circle here.
By the way, Lydell will take evasion.
Okay.
So he has whatever.
There's no damage associated. You rolled high enough to avoid it.
Oh, okay.
As the dust settles and the light fades slightly, your blurring eyes lock onto the figure that now strides out of the center of the crater of his impact. He's easily twice the height of any of you, and his skin is the color of jade, and his eyes burn with a light that leaves after images behind your own eyelids. A large sword is sheathed at his hip, at least as long as the shortest of you is tall. And his huge white wings, which are settling against his broad corded back, span nearly the breadth of the span of this staircase. Around his head orbit two simple circlets, lined with staring, piercing eyes. Hail, proxies of the gods! I am Jonathel, a planetar. I come on behalf of your deities. He stops walking in front of you, Rorn, and he bends down to kind of grip you by the breastplate and heft you to your feet. Your comrade here is mind sick, as comes common to the fallen of angelic kind, even those whose celestial blood is watered down with many generations. Jonathan kind of casually starts brushing you off, Rorn, and it very nearly makes you stumble to the side, even as big and sturdy as you are. Gods only know. You might even be my descendant. He looks at the rest of you as you kind of stagger to your feet again. And sick though he might be, you lot are uniquely qualified to help him in a way that divinity cannot. Indeed, it is the corruption of his divine nature that is poisoning his mind. But you can bring it to heal. You must enter his mind and make your way to the core of his being. Find the root of the corruption and destroy it.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you right there.
He looks down at you. Yes, son chosen.
We were told that we were supposed to be clearing out the temple, the desecrated temple.
And so you shall. He looks at Lytle and Genji. You are both psychically gifted. With your abilities in concert and a little help from me, you can join your party with Rorn's mental space for this task. But be warned, because the two locations are inextricably entwined, your journey through this temple will run tandem with that of Rorn's mind. And should you fail on either battlefield, Rorn will be lost forever. Do you accept this perilous task?
Hold on. I'm gonna roll.
Something tells me I do not get a vote in this matter.
He pats you on the shoulder and it damn near brings you to your knees. You would be correct, my mind-sick angelic friend.
Lydell stands up and Lydell stands up and brushes himself off and kind of puts his hand up underneath his guard and touches the stone. Not for any other reason than just kind of a feeling of comfort and wondering why he's about to agree to this. Not quite sure why he's willing to, but then he looks over at and he says, I will agree.
Let's do this.
It's not the weirdest thing you've been tasked with.
No, and but but he's about to help somebody, and he's like, this is getting weirder and weirder.
Step forth, mind knife.
And he does. He goes over and
And you, Dustblade.
Displayed. Um. Oh, I'm on the
He's
wrong
got
thing.
nicknames for everybody.
mm,
Oh,
Red.
I suddenly forgot how to do anything on
Oh,
this.
it might be me. Hang on. Might be using an
Oh,
older
you know
version.
what?
Hmm.
I think I might be logged in as
It's fine.
the other one, Genji.
Okay, I will move you anyway. It's fine.
Okay.
You kind of step forward and he kind of motions you to flank Rorn on both sides. And he puts a hand on Genji and Lytle's shoulder and instructs you each to put a hand on either side of Rorn's head. It's
Red,
a
you
little
Lionel.
bit
keep
of
Rika out of my possessions. Rika, anything goes missing, I will break every bone in your body.
I'm so offended that you would think that of me.
in and in front of the archangel, I mean. No, that's
Just,
fine.
I'm so hurt. Just totally hurt.
Um Lytle, how do you go about connecting to Rorn?
um,
And
I would.
given like how you're having to intuit how to do this, how do you go about bringing the party with you into Rorn's mind?
So the first thing he does
Hmm.
would be, I'm gonna say he casts detect thoughts.
Okay.
On Rorn.
Yeah.
Of course, that's a second level spell. Crap, is it? Yep, it sure is. Okay, so he casts detect thoughts.
Okay. That's your
And
easy
then,
entry.
well, and that's, I mean, it makes sense. But then, the only thing that he has to, the ability to connect with
Hmm.
anybody is he connects telepathically with Genji and says, "I think you're gonna need to bring everybody in." So he does a telepathic 4 minute, you know.
You open
Uh,
the door and you're asking Genji to kind of usher everyone through it.
yes. So he's
I like it.
with the spell. He starts to see that place where he was before, where the door is.
Nice.
And then he looks over. He'll look over and he's making that connection uh through telepathic with Genji, sharing that door so that he
Yeah.
can help everybody else because he's the one with the ability to do that.
Genji, how do you kind of tandem with Lytle in this?
Um. Well. So I'm gonna. I don't even know if this would work really, but I guess he would try to also like telepathically connect with the others with psychic
Yes.
whispers. Yes,
Yes.
and
Correct.
basically he's hoping that by connecting the rest of them with him, he might be able to like, you know, pull the thread of their minds with him into the door that is Rorn's head.
I like it. And obviously there was no right or wrong way to do this. Uh, in your mind's eye, all of you are gliding fast along a long hallway with only one door at the very end. And as you approach, it opens wide, as if it's a monster's jaws, agape in anticipation. And as you pass through, you find yourself deposited on the sandy floor of an arena. And in this space, this mindscape, Rorn is a foot taller and broader, and his eyes burn crimson as he silently battles shadowy gladiators. He beheads one and moves to engage another, and you all watch the fallen one split into two identical gladiators on the ground, hop up, and rejoin the fray. The crowd roars in their seats, and their dark forms have no facial features, even though they cheer and chant. And suddenly, the booming voice of the Empress comes from above. You are only valuable when you are violent, Rorn. So the puzzle here is how do you defeat these gladiators without making them split? This is a mind's eye. There's no map for this one, sorry. I figured y'all have had enough of arenas since the last big fight.
I have a quick question since I am
Yes.
not present per se. Is this all taking place in front of the door?
Oh,
Or is
it's
this
through the
behind the
door.
door?
You guys
Okay,
went
because here's the
through the
thing.
door.
Knowing this, Roran was going to basically proverbially C4. It's like, well, I guess this is happening now. And he was going to shatter the door so it can never reopen. And so the psychic feedback and all that this entails of there's no barrier anymore in the real world, just so you know, there is
Hmm.
now no more door.
Okay. So the question remains as you watch Rorn defeat, stick his blade through shadow form after shadow form of gladiators. How do you go about defeating these gladiators so that they do not split?
I guess I don't really understand what you mean by split.
So when
Like,
Rorn beheaded one in front of you, it fell to the ground of this arena and it split into two fully formed normal unwounded gladiators, and they both hopped up and rejoined the fight. So it's evident a killing blow is what splits these gladiators.
huh. What if they were burned to ash? Would that still split them?
It is something to experiment with.
I don't have a way to do that. I'm kind of hoping Riker wants to throw a fireball at him,
Well,
but
I say Light does, and his doesn't require a spell slot.
There you go.
So I would say that real quick, Lydell would shoot a firebolt at one of them.
All right. It kind of you strike it like basically directly between the shoulder blades, and it arches forward in pain, and the shadow dissipates. There's now about 6 gladiators left. Rorn is entangled with 2 of them currently.
Lydell looks over at Riker and says, "I do believe it's time for you to uh, burn a few out."
Just don't know if I'm gonna fry his brain or not.
The Planetar's voice booms in your heads. This is a place where a lot of things go. Your friend is already quite damaged. You are seeking to remove the infection, and sometimes wounds must be cauterized.
I guess that's a go ahead. All right.
I was gonna say, Lido will look over at him and say, "Make some fire, my friend. Make some fire."
All right, let's get booming. So I'll just click together my guano and sulfur and blow a nice big old alligator and say, "All right, that hurts."
Let's see how many out of 6 that you capture. You get all 4 that are kind of waiting their turn to get it roared. And they kind of shred in this fireball and dissipate. And it's then the voice of the Empress comes from above again. Your blade is your service, Rorn. Have you forgotten your purpose? And the, for lack of a better descriptor, demonic looking version of Rorn seems to take on a whole new level of violence and just starts hacking at the shadow gladiator in front of him, chopping off huge sections of this thing's shadowy form until eventually it falls, splits, and rises. There's 3 gladiators left now. Um, who else would like to take a proverbial stab?
I want to.
Let's say,
I'll cast a healing spell on the Rorn.
Hmm. What is your intention with this?
I don't know, to make him feel better.
Um, what level and what kind?
Mm,
Obviously, healing word, I assume.
yeah. Yep, I will
Level.
use healing word. I'll do a level 1.
Okay. The sparks of radiance land on the heaving shoulders of Rorn, almost unnoticed. But as they sink into his skin, there is a moment of hesitation, almost a stumble in his fluid like fighting. And the redness in his eyes, the crimson glow, flickers. And you see for a moment the eyes of the true Rorn, or perhaps the Rorn you know best would be the best descriptor. And he looks at you as if not quite understanding how you're here or why you're here in one of his many centers of trauma, but doesn't question it. Roll me a persuasion check.
Is that me?
Yes, Red.
Oh, okay.
It's still
I
your
didn't
turn, Red.
know. Persuasion. That's an 18.
All right. The sincerity of your innocent gesture, the cleric just wanting to make things feel better, translates even into this mental space where the Rorn in front of you isn't necessarily the Rorn that you know. And he, in this kind of instinctual moment, briefly lowers his sword. And he does not split or hurt or He does not deal a killing blow to one of the gladiators in front of him. There's still just 3 left. But they are all dangerously close to Rorn. A fireball in this instance to you if that's what you want to do. But you've been given a brief respite. What would the next step be for you guys?
Does Genji don't want to do anything, or can Genji do anything?
Let me look real quick.
Mhm.
Sorry, I was not prepared to look at Genji stuff.
I understand. I just wanted to make sure you had a chance to enter into the fray if possible.
You take your time. I know you're trying to balance 2 characters.
So with his psychic blades, can he do like not physical damage, but like mental damage and get them from the inside out kind of thing? Is that what I'm reading, or am I reading that completely wrong?
It's something to experiment with.
Okay. Um. Okay. I have no idea what psionic energy is. Um.
Psionic energy is mind energy.
Hmm. So would he be able to use that to like attack them from the inside?
A psionic blade is a blade made up of your mind's energy. That doesn't necessarily count as a weapon in this case.
Okay.
You reasonably think it's worth a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Okay. So he'll bring the blades to wherever he needs to bring them to, and
Okay.
he'll throw them at him and see if his theory works, attacking them from the inside like that.
All right. You fling, let's say you do your double attack, 2 blades at distance through the air, hilt over tip, and 2 of them embed in 2 different gladiators. And they arch and give this kind of silent scream and dissipate. There are now just 2 left.
Ah.
There'd only be one left, isn't there? We only had
Nope,
3.
one of them's oh, sorry, you're right. One of them split. You're right, there's
Okay.
just the 1 left.
So here's a question
Lauren
for you.
yes.
About how far is the Empress from us?
There's no Empress, it's just her voice.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Sorry, brother.
Then that's okay. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and Lydell's gonna go ahead and shoot a firebolt at the last one.
Alright. Roll to hit. I didn't
Okay.
make you do it the first time, and I should've,
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
18 plus 6 is 24.
Yeah, that definitely hits something that's incorporeal. Um,
Mhm.
you even with minimum damage, you're going to dissipate this thing, and its shadowy form kind of vaporizes in the air, and the arena is left empty except for you guys and the now lacking crimson eyes version of Rorn. And he kind of cocks his head at the lot of you, but it's not in a way like he's evaluating if you're dangerous. It's a way of like, I know these people from somewhere, and they helped me. Maybe I am worthy of being helped. Maybe I'm not in this alone. And he fades away. And in his place, the same door that you initially entered Rorn's mind through appears in the sand in front of you all. And this time you have a choice to enter.
At this point, I think Lydell will look over at everybody and say, "Well, we went through the first part. Do we keep on going?"
Sounds like a plan.
I don't see why we
I
wouldn't.
mean, I'd rather not, but I don't see an exit. So
Yeah, this is so true. I don't see one either.
One by one, you enter through this door. And it deposits you, blinking in the sunlight, back onto this ruined gatehouse's front step. The planetar that you initially met, Jonathel, is gone, but the psychic connection that he helped power lingers in the back of each of your minds. And you have a sense that if you collectively tugged on that thread, you could end up again in Rorn's mind. Or perhaps when that thread tugs on you.
Hmm.
But back on the front step of this gatehouse, the temple itself still needs to be conquered. What would you like to do?
Genji, do we
So
go
Please
to
tell
are
the
me
we
I'm
left or
the
on?
to
only
the
one who
right?
feels like this is weird.
I
Rorn,
will admit this does feel kind of weird, but I'll go left.
Rorn, you go, or sorry, Genji slash Kenji, you go left. Um, you're checking for traps with your passive. You're not seeing any. You imagine they would have long since been sprung if they did exist here. You get up behind the gatehouse, and I imagine you probably yell for your friends, like, "Hey, it's safe. Come on up."
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And perfect. The next map. You have passed the gatehouse, and now you kind of hit the landing porch, if you will, of said temple. And as you come up to the grand front gates of this once amazing and beautiful place of worship, you realize it is completely caved in. The doors are totally obscured by rubble and debris, and there is a huge gaping hole in the tile work in front of them. Everyone roll me a perception check.
17.
27.
19.
I also rolled a
Nice.
27.
Yeah, I think that's like the first time you've been in the 20s, girl.
Perception 24.
Nice. So everyone who rolled above a 20, you kind of start sniffing the air, wondering, what is that? What is that smell? And you realize it's a little campfire. If you zoom out just a touch, kind of to the 11 o'clock of that giant gaping hole in the ground, there's the campfire, like right
Right.
here. And you notice this campfire, and you notice there's a little tent kind of pitched in front of it. And it's a tent that's a lot smaller than it would be for someone of y'all's size. And just as you're like kind of grasping this, a rope dangling over the edge of this hole begins to wriggle and creak. And out from this hole pops a goblin. And he's wearing a backpack. And he's got what looks to be, is that's a jar of pickles under one arm. And he's kind of humming to himself. He's not noticed you yet. And he kind of makes his way over to his campfire. And then he notices you. He goes, "Oh, you
Hey, I couldn't hear a
One more
word you
time,
said.
Steph. You
Sorry.
completely cut off.
sorry."
Your your settings are cutting you off at that octave.
Sorry. He says, "Brian, stop it." I practiced this voice in front of Brian, and he just popped his head around the corner to watch me. He says, "Hey, are you here to buy Dick Punch pickles?"
Are we here to buy pickles?
Okay, so the octave you're using is cutting you out.
Hold on.
We
change
can
the
literally not hear what you're saying as the goblin.
She said something about buying pickles. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued.
Can you hear me at all?
Now we
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
It's
Try
just-
the
I'll try-
goblin
I'll-
voice
settings.
again.
I'll do better. I'll do better. I don't even know how to deal with settings with that, so we're gonna roll with it. Are you here to buy Dick Punch pickles?
Lido will go over there and in a voice that is as soothing as he can make it. He looks at him and says, "Well, my little friend, we just might be. Um, what is it that you have for us to buy?"
My name is Dick Punch, and these are my pickles.
Did you say
Did you
Dick
just say
Say
his
the,
Punch?
name is
say,
Dick
say the
Punch?
name one more time,
Yep.
please. Say the name one more time, please, because you cut out at the worst points. So please say that name again.
Sorry, just a second. Oh Lord.
You know it's too late now. He's gonna be Dick Punch in my brain, right?
That's
What's
his
his
name.
Name, good Lord. I've said it 8 times. I'm trying. Uh, his name is Dick
We've heard-
Punch.
Dick Punch.
Punch.
It-
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Got it.
Yes.
Done.
Lydell looks at him and says, "My little friend, where did you get those pickles?"
Punch's special recipe. And I feel like you.
the
I'll tell you,
Warren's
it's made
expression's
with the
probably
holy water under the temple.
Okay.
Oh, so they're holy pickles.
Oh, not after what I do to him.
That's kind of what I was worried
I'm
about.
gonna roll a con I'm gonna roll a con save because Roy right now is trying to is everything in his power to not just alright, I guess undesecration starts here. He's restraining himself, people.
I am terribly curious about these pickles. How much are these pickles?
10 gold for a jar.
I'll bite. 10 gold. I want a jar of pickles.
Alright.
You
To distract myself, DM. They said the holy water underneath the temple. Does this register in Roran's mind as where was there a river, a consecrated river underneath the temple during his upbringing?
Yes. So there was definitely like a water table down there, and obviously water moves even in the earth crust. and it was piped up and like utilized all over the temple to make it a habitable kind of place for pilgrims and clerics and paladins and so forth alike. Um, you didn't have access to it as a child. Um, Once the infrastructure for the temple was laid, well before your birth, um, needless to say, the area wasn't necessarily visited often. So you were aware there was like water down there, but you didn't like go.
Little one, I am going to ask you a question now, and I need you to be quite truthful.
Punch always tells the truth.
Right. You said the water that you make these pickles from was holy water. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it still holy water?
Well, no. It used to give me the tingles, but it doesn't no more.
Lydell, I need you to say something or to do something to stop me because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to restrain myself right now.
Did I get my jar of pickles?
He handed it over to you promptly and swiped the gold right out of your hand.
Perfect, thank you.
Lydell puts
What
his
are the
hand
pickles
on.
made of? Are those like made out of cucumbers?
Sure looks
Or
like
is it something
cucumbers.
else?
I want to
Okay.
investigate them. I
There's
want to
some
open up the jar. I want to sniff them. I want to do them.
yeah. There's some weird shaped pickles like cucumbers in there, but yeah, sure look like cukes. You open the jar. It's not sealed. And the safety
Oh,
seal is not depressed.
uh-oh.
And you start sniffing the brine and really get the eau de toilette of the food. And it in fact feels like being punched in the dick. It is the strongest smelling thing you have ever scented in your life. Um, you good, Joffrey?
So
Really, really, really,
so
really, really feel like the first part of this name is towing that line of our
I'm
Christian
sorry.
stream. I'm just
I
saying,
apologize.
Yeah.
that really is towing that line.
Yeah. Sorry.
I can
Uh,
see, I'm going to like
it makes your
gag
eyes
a little bit.
water.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna gag a little bit, and then
Uh-huh.
I'm going to look at him, and I'm gonna be like, I can see why your name is Dick Punch, because these could punch me in the dick. That's some strong stuff.
Joffrey is doing his best.
He's going to save these because this could be a wonderful opportunity to distract enemies.
Sounds like a plan.
Uh,
I'm really excited about
uh,
this.
yeah. Kenji, are they are like? Please tell me they're a vegetable.
Roll both of you roll me a perception check.
Sure. $24.
22.
What'd you roll, Riker?
22.
So
Well, Con, if
between
I get below a 10, DP's not going to exist much longer.
I wanted to be a recurring character. Don't do that to me. Um, the the you can be pretty sure with your 22 and 24 that this jar is minimum 80% vegetable.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm not going to eat these. I'm going to use them against my foes.
I understand. How that looks is going to be determined when you use them.
I am so
Um,
excited.
so while they're all figuring all that out,
Uh-huh.
Lydell
What's
will
Lionel?
gently Lydell will gently place his hand on Roran's chest
Oh no, Roar's now moved behind the goblin and his
Like looking over. Hey, he is a small business owner.
grabs with an 18 athletics,
Yeah.
Roarn,
lifts up the goblin
Uh-huh.
to his eye level.
Uh-huh.
This is me being merciful. You are going to tell us what else might be in this lovely, lovely temple. And then you are going to lead me and my compatriots to this river. And in exchange, I will give you the opportunity to leave this temple because, little friend, everything else that's in here is about to die by our hands. And it'll be your lucky day that you don't get to be added to that tally. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get it. The big ones always think they can just brute their way forward. He points at the hole in the ground and says, "The river's through there. There's really no leading you. You just kind of fall."
Lido
What do
asks
you
him,
mean,
about
big
how
one?
far down is it?
It's about 30 feet down. What do you mean, big ones, you said? Well, there's a bunch of orcs that have made their home down there. I try to avoid them. Can't tell you a lot about them.
Jazz talks, nothing else.
Ours, I know. I'm pretty quiet down there, you see. I try to not be super conspicuous.
Mm.
Bet you didn't know a goblin like me knew the word conspicuous, huh?
You do seem rather intelligent for, as you say, a goblin.
Egg on
Warren
your
will
face.
s- set him down. When we go down this hole the next time, there will be no next time. We see you again. You're added to the tally.
Fine. Got enough brine to get me a while anyway. He starts taking down his tent and it kind of ignores the rest of you.
Um, Lido wants to look down into the hole.
Okay.
If it's dark,
You have
I'm
night vision.
hoping. Well, I was gonna say, I'm hoping that his dark vision will allow him to perceive the distance between that floor and the floor below to make sure that it
There
is 30 feet.
Well, the goblin left his rope tied to the edge. It is
Oh, I know.
100% just like a simple 30-foot length of rope, and it
Okay.
barely brushes the ground at the bottom.
Lydell jumps in.
Just jump.
Yeah, I have a
Okay.
ring that lets me just
Feather fall. That's
yes,
right. I was
and
like, oh
he's
my. I'm like,
and because
okay,
it's
3d6
he,
fall damage, 10-4.
yeah, because it's dark and he's wearing dark clothes, he should be able to do this fairly stealthily so
Uh-huh.
that he can give them we're still all connected mentally anyways.
Yeah.
So his plan is to allow them an idea of what's
Mhm.
down there as they come down so that they're not,
Okay.
you know. So that's his idea is he's going to jump down and this is the first time everybody sees him jump. So I'm sure everybody's going to be like, "Whoa, my gosh." But he
Right.
he
No,
jumps down.
Y'all
no.
have
At this
y'all have
point,
never seen
Roarn,
him use this. Go
nothing
ahead.
about Lydell surprises Roarn at this point.
Anymore. Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
professional assassin has been confirmed in his mind, this is just another day in the park.
Right.
Does anyone
It's like,
not
oh,
have the
he's
ability to see in the dark?
Genji.
uh,
I don't think I'll do
yeah,
either.
no, I do not. I am blind as a
I,
bat.
Okay.
oh, I have goggles of night. Never mind. I have goggles.
I will.
Sorrow, stay out.
I will pat Genji and be like, there. It'll be okay. Genji can now see in the dark.
How secure is this rope?
Oh, it's super secure.
Okay,
Like,
Secure
you can
enough to
tell
let a
the
goblin go down.
everybody
Yeah, I
else is
mean,
going to be secure on this rope. Is the rope going to hold Roar?
Is that fat boy proof?
it is right. Is it so? It looks like your standard hempen rope, much like you would get from the general store, much like what you have attached to your packs as we speak. You're not sure about its integrity all the way down, but you can tell by the knot, at least, it's secured well.
Okay, so this goblin is at least wide enough, which means it's probably an older goblin, which means it's at least 2 years old. It's lived that long.
Well, Lydell
And
does
Roar will
kind
be the
of.
last one to go down the rope because just in
Lydell
case.
does tell everybody to hold off coming down the rope until he can see what's down there to give us an idea.
Hey, from the top of the hole with my 330 feet of dark vision, do I see anything?
It is rock, ground, and a little bit of water.
Okay.
That's all you see so far.
Well, I rolled a 30 perception to see if there was anything down there that I could see while I
You
was
can't see.
level.
There's nothing like living down there that you can see, and you don't see anything beyond rock and water to speak of.
Okay.
Sorry, Genji, I'll move you up with the rest of them.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Then I'll let everybody know that coming down is not gonna affect anybody harmfully. It's
Is there anything to go down there for? Like, is there a reason to go down there?
Well,
Yes,
there's no
we're
way through the
going.
front door. There's no way through the front door of the temple, and this, according to Rorn, could be one of the only ways in that you're aware of.
It's like a
Roar
so it's
will
like a riverbed
comment.
under there.
What'd you say, Riker? Sorry.
Like a riverbed. It's not just like a hole.
No, it's not like a whole river. There's like a rock floor and some water beside it that you can see so far.
There's like
Just
a
jump in.
passageway. It's not just like a hole.
No, it's
That's
not
what
just a hole. Okay, you all jump in. Not gonna do this all night. And love you, mean it. We're going to the next map. There is. Oh, look, your DM's not gonna kill you inadvertently.
I'm not sure I
It
completely
is.
believe that. But
What?
Well, you'll at least know what I'm trying. And your dark vision should have been attributed accordingly. Can everyone kind of see?
Yeah,
Can
but
you
I
see
need.
where you are in the bottom
Yes, but I
I can
bottom
need.
see
right
where I
hand?
am
But
at the bottom.
I need more dark vision.
I'm gonna give you that in a second. What'd you say,
See,
Lytle?
I said I can see myself at the bottom, and after
Okay.
just playing around with moving them, I can see where the dark vision works.
Okay, 1 second. Woo! Brandon. Jeez
Yes.
Louise. I'm gonna give you a little more 330 feet's worth of vision. And Kenji, you now have been granted Eyes of Night, so you also have, what is it, 300 feet?
300 feet.
Yep. So
I'm
you
trying
also.
so hard to find the map. I don't think I can see anything.
Oh, hang on, let me.
Because your token
Scroll.
does not have dark vision yet.
Oh, hang on, I need to add
Assign
some
the
stuff in.
token. Yeah.
I tried to do all of this earlier, and I knew I was gonna eventually miss some, so sorry.
You're
Well,
okay.
to be fair, we didn't know that I was going to be pulling Genji out of the woodwork. So,
So you have vision turned on for your token, and you do have night vision turned on, and I did save you at 300 feet of night vision.
did you
So
do it for Genji or Kenji? Because I'm currently under Kyle's
She's signed in
account.
as
So,
Genji.
okay, so let me do this then. That helps. What
sorry,
is
I forgot
the
to mention that.
shush? You're fine. Here we go. Now you are able to move as Genji slash Kyle.
Okay.
You should be able to see your token now. I have you.
Oh, wait. I saw
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
I found something. Hold on.
Okay.
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 Okay. All right. Now we're
Just
cooking with fire.
okay. Everyone can see. Everyone can move. Wonderful.
Yeah. Let me double check. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. All right. So it's just like rock. There's some moss. It's kind of damp down here. It's definitely a heck of a lot cooler uh in terms of like based on how the blistering sun and this bleached rock was above ground. This is a welcome relief. It's like stepping into air conditioning for the first time in a day.
Mhm.
Um.
Right then, boys, time for you to do what you do best.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I completely lost visibility for a second there because I pressed the wrong button. Yes.
Picked yourself
So
up.
Genji would like to to investigate for traps and anything that might take us by surprise.
Roll me a perception check.
I will give
Let's-
guidance for this.
Okay. One momento.
I do forget that I have. And what's funny is, I have guidance, and it's not the cleric spell.
I don't think it matters. Let me find.
Is it through your ranger?
It's through my sorcerer.
Oh, that's right. You took a level of sorcerer. What in the you are the most convoluted character. You're
Mhm.
worse than Muriel.
Mhm.
And
I have
Muriel was
sorcerer and I don't
messed up.
have guidance.
It's still a good spell.
I'm not sure the guidance matters because I rolled a 2.
Ooh.
+1 plus. You said perception?
Huh?
10. 13.
I have to imagine that Genji's passive perception has got to be super high.
Yeah,
My passive
is your
perception
passive
is a 20.
Oh,
I
then
would go
just
with
take
that
that.
then.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
go with
just
that?
take
Is that
take
okay?
the passive.
Yes,
Okay,
take the passive for sure.
okay, let's do that then.
So with your passive 20, you don't see any like traps or any hazards other than the natural fall off of this cliff into this water of unknown depth, but you guys are not dumb. You're not gonna like purposefully go near the edge if you don't intend to jump.
I'm going
Roar might be
in.
having a crisis right now, but he is not.
Is this a well
He's
made
not.
well?
That's right. This is
Go
our
go on,
well-made well moment.
go on, Rorn. I apologize.
No. Just saying. Roar might be having a bit of a crisis internally right now,
How
but
so?
he's not. He's not that far gone to walk off
He's
the
not ready
edge.
to jump off the cliff.
Right.
Yeah.
Not taking a long walk off a short cliff yet.
Yep. And you all notice he's not speaking deep anymore.
He's been, for lack of a better term, mentally kind of stripped back a little bit.
And
So
he may never speak deep again the rest of this campaign.
So I would say that Liddell in his 60-foot is going to use his passive perception for dangers and stuff, and he's gonna try to make sure that Riker is fairly protected.
Okay.
So he's gonna tell Riker to kind of stay near him, and
There's
and
stones on the ground.
Plenty of them.
and that's kind of where he's just gonna kind of he's watching Rorn, make sure that he doesn't have to interject, but he's knowing the type of place they're at and knowing that they just expelled energy out, and Riker expelled one of his uh more potent spell slots to help Rorn earlier. he feels like he needs to keep a protective eye around him.
Hmm.
So he has
You
his
fall
rapier out.
you definitely fall back into old habits of
Mm,
checking where Riker is in relation to the rest of the base,
yes,
counting how many bodies are between him and potential danger, your own body included.
right.
Riker is blessedly unaware of just how often you think of his safety.
Well, Lytle's not going to tell
Don't
him
tell him.
either.
It will go to his head if you do.
For real though.
Well, Lytle's really not supposed to care, so he's not quite sure why he does so much.
There's something to having a friend that sticks closer than a brother,
Yeah,
as
I would
as the
say
good
I would
Lord
say
says.
that I would say on a subconscious level, Lytle gets that, but on a conscious level, it just doesn't make sense.
I guess we'll be taking the second point in the line, however we move forward.
Okay. Please arrange yourselves accordingly.
Now, I guess my question is, Genji, are you still in the lead?
Yes, I will be taking front. So I need to be a little bit ahead of y'all.
Probably.
Okay. Uh, I'll I'll stay that far ahead. I guess. How far away is that? Close. Okay, sure. I didn't realize we
It's,
could go 2.1 feet. That's awesome.
2.1 feet?
Yeah, I was like messing around. And it was just like, oh, 3.6, 5.3, 5.8.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay.
yeah, it gives
Oh,
you a however many feet, point, whatever. It's pretty
because there's
cool.
no grid, it's free.
Yeah.
If it was grid
Oh, is
based,
that
it
why
would
that is?
that's why it's not grid based map.
Ah, that's cool.
So I guess Rord would keep Kenji, right
Yes, let's
about
keep
the edge of the 60 feet, the edge of his vision, since he's aware Kenji currently has more vision. So Rord will allow a little bit of a buffer there to let
yeah.
the sneak type do his thing while keeping him right about the where he guesses the 60-foot
Hmm.
line would
Hmm.
be. Actually, Lydell, you should be here because if Kenji sneaks, Roar's not gonna be able to see him.
That's
Yeah, I was
valid.
just trying to figure out if I should be in the back or up near where Kenji is. And
Actually, Red, how's your perception? Would you be able to see the sneak folks if they did sneak stuff?
As long as it's not like super hype, yeah.
He's got the best chance of all
Okay.
of you of seeing the
Yeah.
sneaks.
Now,
All
Okay,
right. So then
my
Roard
and
will.
stealth
also,
is just as high, if not higher than theirs at times,
mm-hmm.
you
which
Yeah.
also
that
have
in
to
and
Careful.
of
remember
itself is
it's
hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
you also have to remember it's me rolling, so you'll probably not have an issue.
100%.
Yeah,
Everyone will know where you are.
You're like
just in case,
crunk
Roard will
against the wall,
actually.
just
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Roard will move to third position and move Red to second, so that at least the next person in line has a chance of seeing our sneak people, just in case they roll really high.
Yeah, it works.
Lydell whispers to Riker, "Don't forget to use the big guy's body as armor."
Don't want to be too close in case he loses his mind again.
Go real low.
Rorn, as you watch your friends kind of arrange themselves in this line, the dim echo of what you kind of witnessed from within and without of the first mind battle that they just undertook on your behalf You don't know why, but all of a sudden you feel yourself kind of smiling. You
It must be the
did
most horrifying thing for the party to see. Roran has a
it's
smile on
good
his face.
it's good that it's in the dark and everyone else is distracted doing other things. Because they
Except
would
those of
probably
us that can
fear.
see 330 feet. We were terrified, but now we're extra terrified.
You realize that the lesson that was taught to you by that little battle is that you aren't alone. And seeing it exemplified in this moment as your friends literally pick marching order to help you on your quest, your personal quest, it brings a warmth to your heart you have not felt in a very long time. That's all.
And that's all I got to say about that.
You're literally watching the after the what this what that moment in your mind taught you be exemplified in person.
Mm.
Um, marching order established. As you can see, there is a narrow kind of passage to the next section of cavern. Um, feel free to enter if you dare. We're all following the leader here.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader.
Thank you, the Sog.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Rock.
Rock. One. Potentially jump rock. Because easier.
Do you see what's next to the rock?
I was about to say, it looks like
It's,
It looks like a
I
mummy.
no, that's a dead body. Um, in fact, you can
Mummies are dead
tell.
bodies.
Yes. You this one, however, is not mummified. Um,
Oh,
it is waterlogged and kind of sunk to the bottom of this slow-moving sort of creek. Um, the rock is what's keeping it from being like brushed downstream. And the weight of it is what's keeping it on the bottom. Everyone roll me a perception check.
poor guy rolled a nat 1 on his athletics check.
Right?
Perception?
What are we
soft
rolling?
20.
Sorry.
Who's supposed to roll
Yeah.
you a perception? All of us?
Please. Red, what was yours?
25.
Lytle, what's yours?
29.
What is yours, Rowan?
Soft 20.
Rachel?
24.
Riker?
What am I rolling?
Perception, please.
It's a 15.
Okay, so everyone but Riker can clearly see that this is a orc corpse, and there are gash wounds across its chest.
How deep is the water?
It's about 4 feet deep. Clear too, given that it's just running through rock.
So
Well,
theoretically, we should be able to see if there was something there that killed it. Him.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
well, that's supposedly holy water. This is definitely polluting. So Roran will anchor himself and reach over to grab and pull the corpse to shore. I'll make an athletics to
Please do.
grab the
This
body.
corpse is technically a class size larger than you and waterlogged. It's going to be a pretty high check.
That's going to be 21.
Okay.
21 athletics.
You struggle a little bit with it, just as the current starts to grab this heavy weight, and you're only able to use your one arm to pull it. But slowly but surely, you drag it through the current, and up to the edge of the rock face, and then heft it over the edge of the rock face. The corpse is baked into the base image, so I can't move it around, but assume the corpse is now up on the shore of this rocky cliff face.
I'm gonna go through its pockets.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
Can it be an investigation?
Sure.
Red.
Okay, that is a 22.
You find a necklace of various teeth and like 2 gold.
Gold.
2 gold, 2 gold.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
$20 is $20 as we determine this next week.
That's right.
Who else would like to investigate the corpse?
Better way of asking that is who wants to piss Red off next?
Yeah.
I mean, Roar was trying to get the corpse out of the consecrated, quote unquote, consecrated river.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think moving the corpse was the problem. I think robbing the corpse was the problem.
Nothing important to our quest. No information on like movements or anything. No papers or anything.
Oh my lord. Y'all ain't right.
Red, I don't know if orcs are in your purview.
This one is dressed a lot like a bandit.
Well, at least it's not polluting the water anymore.
Not that bandits have like a uniform or anything, but
Are
he
we
looks
cremate
type.
him?
He is waterlogged.
Waterlogged.
I know, but
Word was to say
radiant damage.
waterlogged.
Well, and you just pour enough power into that baby. You'll get stinky steam, but
The sizzling will bring somebody to us.
Y'all, I am very mildly nauseous. Please don't talk to me about sizzling corpse.
Smells just like
Actually.
Is this 2 ways? It looks like there's a path that continues along the riverbank and a path that goes further up where we were.
Yes, so you'll have to go like walking a little further if you want to see. But dry ground is dry ground. Kepler yawned in my face today, and I dry heaved like hard enough to give myself goosebumps.
Hey, my boy, you want to go that way?
Rachel, you're mud boy.
I'm so sorry. I didn't hear the word mud boy.
My boy, you want to go that way on the other side of the river? It looks like there's something over there.
I mean, I was gonna try and jump the rock anyway, so yeah. Let's do it.
Perfect. Yeah, go for it. Go, mud boy.
Oh, jeez. Sound like you're trying to kill me. What do you want me to roll, DM?
To perceive the way, perception.
To perceive the way. Okay.
He was thinking of jumping the rock.
Oh, my apologies. Just roll me in athletics.
Okay. Sorry, I was mildly confused for a second.
No, I apologize. I tuned out for like just a second to text my mom back.
Lord. You said which one?
Athletics.
Oh,
Athletics,
okay.
please.
We have one saving grace. She did say it's slow moving.
Only 4 feet. So.
Could I try to do some pretty like backflip thing and
Yeah.
you know, make it in acrobatics to
Sure.
kind of help myself a little bit?
Yeah. Dirt du Soleil your way over this rock.
Dirt
Okay.
de Soleil. Wow.
15?
You do a half tuck backflip handspring off this rock. It is grossly sticky without like moss and like algae, but you don't slip on it, and you land in a perfect dismount on the other side of this, and everyone holds up a 9 or 10 sign card.
And I
Roran
bow.
holds a Roran holds a 7.
I was just say Lydell holds a 6.5.
My gosh. Everyone's a critic, aren't they?
Guess
Hey,
so. I'd like to see y'all do better.
Roran Mister jumping lava streams 3 times
While
through an
fighting a
entire
dragon
and a wizard.
and a wizard. That was unintentional, by the way. I did not necessarily mean to put you in lava both times, but it's just how the dice rolled. Um, you are now on the other side of this kind of thin little creek. What would you like to do?
Um well, I guess I'll keep going and investigate, see if there's anything significant that would pique my interest, I guess.
Um, oh yeah, go ahead and perception check or investigation, whichever you prefer. Love that we can now hear the Skittles tube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we need to
15?
just get 15? You said.
Yes.
Don't say that small. That's good. Only in a campaign where I start y'all off at level 10 is 15 something you're ashamed of. Y'all are doing great, baby.
Well, considering that, he had a plus 10, it's not exactly an
It's
amazing roll. Just
it's still good. 15 is normal, y'all, at like level 11, 12, whatever y'all are now. So you perceive this side of the river or creek bed, and it's a lot more of the same. There's like little patches of moss that very, very faintly glow. There's like rubble piles of where the natural rock has kind of broken forth. Um, as you move forward, you see there's yet another rock you can jump and go back to the other side if you wanted.
other side as in here.
Yeah, as in yes, correct.
Okay. Yes, that is what I would like to do.
Okay.
Ooh,
Roll me another athletics.
I see another body over there. Well, potentially.
Who's,
We'll see.
who would like to follow and how?
Um I rolled my brain. Um 22.
Job. Yeah, you make it over with even more grace the second time, and you are now on the opposite side of where your teammate is or teammates are. So,
Okay.
who would like to follow and how?
We'll back up further up because he's not going to run on that stone.
No.
He's just going to running start leap across.
All right. Athletics.
22.
Yep, you clear it. You land in a clatter of armor on the opposite side of the bank. That one wasn't terribly difficult. And I assume you follow Genji
Yes.
slash Kenji's path. All right. Do you want to jump or do you want to use the rock? Because the DC is different for rock versus not rock.
Well, I don't even see the edge of the. I don't see the edge where they went.
Oh, can you not see?
It's right on the edge of my vision.
Hang on a second. I have an idea. I can hit Control L. Ah. Well, then you have to use the rock, don't you?
He's actually going to grab. While everyone else is doing something, he's going to grab one of the rocks over here.
Mm-hmm.
Cantrip light.
Ooh.
And he's going to throw it roughly over here He just needs to see where the actual bank is. Perfect.
That helped. Look at me, I'm doing the thing.
Finally using one of my Asimir abilities. So I will hold off on my leap across to follow Kenji while everyone else does their thing. So don't split the party too much.
Mr. Lytle, how would you like to go across?
Actually, I'll go last.
Mr. Riker, how would you like to cross?
I'm gonna go back to the rock. I'm not super my abilities. And I'm going to use the rod, the immovable rod,
Mm-hmm.
and put it in front of me, click, and like use it kind of like as a handrail.
I like it. I like it. I will not make you roll then to get across because you have a handhold the whole time. And Mr. Red, how would you like to cross and where?
Is the cave considered dim light?
It is, yeah, dim light / dark.
Okay.
I know what you're about. I know what you're about to do.
He missed. He steps across.
Nope.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Better.
No. Yep.
Can you shadow jump?
We're about to
Nope.
see why Twilight clerics are broken and
Yep.
banned at most tables, but
That's right.
not this girls.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm trying to find the the step of night, steps of night. So I
Yeah.
will cast that on myself and give myself my 30 feet of flying speed or
Yeah,
flying
you will.
movement, and just
Nice.
zip on across.
How long does that last?
I think I've got
4
a
minutes.
minute. Is it 4 minutes?
It's based on your proficiency. I think you're no, sorry, 3 minutes then.
That's super.
You
I bet
two-
that looks super creepy. Like he's got
Yeah,
his robes and
Just out of the dark, just
he looks like Professor Snape, just
Yes.
floating through the air.
Yeah, I do.
No, you know.
thinking of a Dementor, but yeah.
Lauren's gonna then back up and let's go rock, skip, and a jump. That's going to be with athletics a 18.
Yes. So you, with very little hesitancy or issue, land on the rock, balance momentarily, gather yourself, and make the more distanced leap towards what's left of your light cantripped rock. With no issue, you do not fall in or get wet. Nice job.
It'll move around so that everyone else has a landing zone.
Mhm.
It's a much smaller area.
For sure. Actually, Red, it says you can do it 4 times, and it is for 1 minute. You were correct. I apologize. Cool beans. Who is next? Red, I assume you just hover straight over.
Yep.
Okay. Lytle,
I will
how would you
sit
like
there
to?
for a moment and let any wind that's coming through the cave kind of whip around my cape, so to speak. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
want this
Oh,
to
yes.
be a moment.
Oh, yes. He is the moment.
Yes.
Is
Nice
this a
job.
waterfall right here?
Like a little bit of a dip.
Oh, okay, nothing major.
Yeah, nothing
Riker will have a little
serious.
bit of a shiver go down his spine, like, ew.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Okay.
I
Lydell
have a
will.
feeling there's ethereal black hair just off the side. You can't really see, but like feeling behind Red
Yeah.
in that moment.
It's not Faith, Mom.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No. Not Red. Behind Red. Like there's a tuft of black hair directly behind him as he's hovering, kind of. He has an Aura Farm helper. His little ghost girl. I'm afraid she knows exactly. Like,
Yeah.
he's having a moment, so she's helping. I have a feeling.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay.
So Lydell looks over and asks Riker if he's okay, just to make sure.
I think so. I got this handy dandy helper.
Very, very well. And so he steps out onto the water, and you notice that he doesn't sink. He just glides across the water and comes
Do you have
up
a
on the
water
bank.
walk?
I have a ring of water walking.
That's right. I did give you that.
Yes,
Glad
you
someone
did.
remembers.
I am using everything.
I love it. I love it. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to use my my immovable rod to again help me. Click, click, click.
Click, 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 click. Yep, like an old man with a walker. Um, again, I won't make you roll for it because you have a handhold the whole time. There's no risk to this. Oh, great job, you guys. You have all you solved my rapids puzzle. Um, are you going to continue down this little kind of hall?
Yes.
I'm following the group.
Oh
Okay.
boy. Another dead body. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I made a Mickey Mouse joke. It's fine.
Oh, sorry.
No big, no big.
How, f-
I'll laugh at myself. It's totally cool.
how fresh is this? How fresh is this corpse?
It's about, well, so the first one was aged by the water a lot more than this one would present, but they're dressed very similarly. Um,
Pockets, pockets, pockets.
Ward will survival to ascertain how old.
okay.
This is a corpse, but also, is it carrying the same wounds as the other one?
Great. Roll me you said survival?
Yes.
Okay, roll me a survival.
I rolled a
17.
natural 20 for investigation.
This one
29.
this one has 3 gold in its pocket and a knife that looks like it was made from a bone. And Rorn, you rolled a survival to see if it bears the same wounds.
And to see how fresh this corpse is.
And what did you roll?
17.
It does in fact bear the same wounds, except now that it's not a watered down corpse, you can tell those aren't actually slash marks. They're more like flat, wide punctures. Almost like teeth.
Ward will look over at Red, who is probably the most other knowledgeable of creatures, and I think we have some kind of subterranean beastie.
You want me to do some
These
type of
on.
roll?
He will describe it's not like pointed teeth like a normal. It's more like if their teeth were on a palm.
It's like almost like a shark's tooth kind of blade shape.
And I roll like a history check, see if it's covered, if I sounds familiar from any of my books.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
This is outside Roarn's purview, but he figured somebody
Like I
else
say,
from the group.
Lydell will just back off and let everybody figure it out.
That's only a 15.
There's a lot of things that have teeth that are shark-like. Sadly, that doesn't tell you too much.
I'm going to start just listing them off, just for my own voice. See, you got the Guntree, you got the Elephon, the full-on shark. I mean, and then you got the Shark Men, and just...
As you're listening to your own internal monologue, you realize there's like almost like a soundtrack to it. And it grabs your attention in a way that is a little bit unnatural. It sounds like a high vocalization kind of rising and falling in this very entrancing sort of way. It's something you've never heard before, but boy, it's awfully pretty. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Hope Riker's Tism saves him here.
He's about to get lost in his own sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I dropped it. Let's try it again.
It's okay.
Rhythm with the
Natural
tism,
20
homie.
for a 30.
A
Told ya.
30? Good
Yeah, your boy is
lord.
too autistic for this.
The
No,
Riz with the tiz.
he's so in the sauce he doesn't even realize that there's a deliciousness around him. It's just like, oh, this is nice, and just
Yeah,
oblivious.
precisely.
Yeah. He's
So
very
that's a
self-absorbed.
success.
He's like, yeah, let's use a soundtrack to my own voice. Like, my voice
Right.
is just that.
Fantastic. So who else rolled that I need to resolve? Forgive me, I lost track.
He just told me to roll.
Okay. You guys kind of all start hearing this same rise and fall vocalization.
Oh, it's
It
not just
sounds
him.
no, sounds otherworldly. It's incredibly beautiful and very entrancing. It
I
kind
think
of
Claire knows what this is, but Roy wouldn't.
roll me a wisdom save, all of you.
I get to do it at. Is this a kind of a charm type?
Let me look.
Because if so, I would get a advantage.
Bonus.
Yep, it is a charm.
Okay.
Let me see. I think I have something, but only in certain conditions are met.
I'm so glad.
Ah. All right, so just flat.
Mine is a nat 20 plus 3 for 23.
Okay.
I love
Rowan,
wisdom. I love advantage.
I'm going to use one of my points to re-roll that because
it won't good.
That was a 10.
Ooh.
Okay, I will take that natural 20 for a 24.
Wow.
That's 20s on this roll.
You all are just crushing it with the nat 20s lately. Good job.
Yeah, well, something tells me if we're now hearing Riker's soundtrack, we don't want to be failing this.
Roran. Red, son of a gun. What did you roll?
I don't know. What am I rolling? I wasn't paying attention.
Wisdom
save.
It's fine. It's a wisdom save.
Let's see. Wiz save 23.
Okay. And Rachel, what did you roll?
15.
Okay. The sound of this music, wherever it's coming from, washes over each of you, but doesn't seem to have an effect.
Coming from
it's Riker's droning. Like, his voice is just that grating. Like,
right. And it is interrupted rudely by the appearance from the shadows, of 3 orcs. 2 of which are on your side of this pool, and one of which is perhaps a little further than some of your night visions can detect across the pool. They don't speak. In fact, their eyes look pretty blank. And they are most definitely not the source of this music. But they most definitely have eyes for you in a distinctly threatening way. The music crescendos as if the creature whose charm you shrugged off is irritated by it. And the creature in the pool makes its appearance.
Oh, that's way worse than I thought it was.
Its slimy skin is this sickly kind of gray. It has little to no eyes that you can see. But as it grins its toothy maw at you, you can tell its teeth are the exact shape that punctured this dead orc's chest. You guys not only found the bandit crew that hit the wagon on the way into town, you found what found them.
At the same time, too.
Uh-huh. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session. We can roll initiative just to like get our
Have it.
act together. If Red, would you please roll initiative for me first? I'll call it so you guys don't talk over each other.
Most certainly will. And that is going to be what I'm. Well, it's probably going to be the closest to the highest of the campaign so far. With a nat 20, a 33.
Good
Ooh,
gracious. You were
yeah.
a 30 on the last one. Can everyone see the turn order? I pulled up the little doodad.
I
You
can
can
see
see
the
the 3
three.
orcs.
Yeah.
Okay, let me 1 second. Hold, please. Can hold you all down, add you to the thing. Boom. Okay, Red, Mr. 33. Riker, what did you roll for initiative?
Natural 1 for a total of 5.
Bro. Be
We need
better
to
and
get
do better.
you a Skittles container, I think, when
We
you
Yeah.
just,
get
yeah.
the
Just
Rachel
for,
treatment.
but only
I tell
for
you,
his.
I tell you, God is totally like doing these roles because I get the natural ones and all the ones that are like role playing and that fit his character, even like
Yep.
the jumping into it, and then he gets the natural 20s when he needs it for his character
Spells.
again. So, like,
Yeah.
I feel like God is just pulling the strings for this, so I feel like it's
Yeah.
very in character.
Well, he 100% tells the story he wants to tell. Unfortunately, that story is you going last in initiative. Dang near every
Well,
time.
he's listening to the sound of his own voice, so
That's fair.
he
He
doesn't
is
even realize
distracted.
he doesn't see the orcs until
He's
it's like,
still
oh
listening, completely oblivious that
crap. Exactly.
I can answer. Roran, what
Well,
would you roll?
19.
Kenji/Genji, what did you roll?
15.
Okay. And Lytle, what did you roll?
Dirty 20.
Oh, right. That is where we will end for tonight. Good job, everybody. So, oh boy. Thank you all for sticking around for the beginning of our dungeon/temple crawl. There is more of this to come, and it's only gonna get spicier. What will be the next foray into Rorn's mind? What will they be confronting there? And do they have what it takes to confront this? Tune in next week to find out. Same bat time, same bat place. We're the Holy Rollers. God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.